Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Wednesday and it's time for a brand new update video. In today's update video, we're going to help some foreign visitors who are staying all the way over at Wolf Hall Inn. So apparently something's going on over there and we need to fix it. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We also have some horses that are retiring, which I really want to talk to you about because they're quite iconic horses. They are the first horses that were ever released, which were not the basic Jorvik Warmblood model. And with that being said, I think that's plenty of info for the intro, and then now let's go ahead and jump straight into today's update. So as you can see, the new quest line starts right over here at Wolf Hall Inn, and before we get started, I do want to clarify the requirements for this quest line. In order to help the troubled tourists, you must be a Star Rider, you must have repaired the bridge right over here behind me to Jarlaheim, and you must have completed the restoration of Wolf Hall Inn itself. And you do all these things pretty early on in the game when you get Star Riders, so this quest is pretty much available to anyone who is a Star Rider. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and walk on over to this girl over here, and her name is Anna, and we're gonna talk to her. Hello, Izabella. Wolf Hall Inn is currently hosting some guests from abroad. I wish I could say that things are going smoothly, but something seems to be bothering them, and they refuse to tell me what. Can you talk to them? As the innkeeper, I want to ensure their stay is as good as possible, but they aren't telling me what's wrong. Perhaps out of courtesy. A family staying here has been bickering for a while. I've only overheard bits and pieces, but it sounds like they're undecided on what to do with their free time. Perhaps they'd appreciate an outsider's perspective? One of our guests is a botanist who's scouting the area as part of her research. She's also looking for a location to hold conferences. Ed's excited as this sounds like a potential for even more guests in the future. I've seen her grumbling and mumbling to herself, primarily when in the cafeteria. I worry something may be wrong with the food we serve. Can you ask her what's wrong? She says everything is fine when I ask, so I think she's holding back her thoughts out of politeness. Okay, so we got two tourists. We've got one right over here and we've got one all the way over there. So let's go ahead and talk to this tense mother first. I'm sorry, dearie, are we blabbering too loud? Actually, are you a local? You might be able to help us. Yes, I definitely am a local. Been on Jorvik since 2014. Actually, 2013, but it was December, so it counts as 2014. We've been driving around Jorvik to look at the different stables to decide which one to send our daughters to next summer. Our stay included a few extra days in case something unplanned happened. So now we, I suppose, have a few nights remaining with nothing planned. Do you have any recommendations for relaxing activities? I was gonna say Fort Pinta Disco, but if you want relaxing, you're at the wrong address. We would preferably not have to drive after driving so much lately. When in Jorvik, the best thing to do is to ride horses. Duh. Of course, duh. Your mother is tired of driving to the stables. Please respect that. We should try to find something else to do. But Dad, oh dear, it looks like they're all riled up again. I have to try and calm them down, but let us know if you can think of something for us to do in the area. Before you go, that man over there looks like he wants to talk with you. What man? You mean Ed? Of course, we have to talk to Ed. Hello, Ed Field. Iconic character over here in Star Stable. Our clientele is looking for something to do in the nearby area. This is sure to repeat itself with guests coming here for conferences and then having a few hours to themselves. What activities can we suggest that take place in the great outdoors? It's time for my thinking cap. Now, where did I put it? Oh my god, his thinking cap. I haven't thought about his thinking cap in years. There we go. The ideas are now flowing freely in my mind. Many hotels and inns often have a pamphlet stand with suggested events and activities, so why don't we? There's a barbecue pit nearby up the hill. Go grab some photos and I'll start writing. I have to include directions to the location and where we sell food and picnic baskets, blah blah blah. Why are you still here? Go take photos with your phone. Okay, I'm already on my way. Calm down. Yes, this is great, but one spot isn't enough. People like having choices. They say that the locals often know the best spots for everything. Could you go ask Mrs. Pike if she knows any good picnic areas around Greendale? Oh, I do, but I guess I'll go ask Miss Pike. Now, in the meantime, while we have those local spots marked on our map, I do want to talk to this botanist tourist. I'm not really sure what a botanist is. English is not my first language, so not really sure what a botanist is, but maybe she'll explain it to us. Mother Nature is wonderful. Greendale Forest nearby is proof of that. But nature can only provide so much if we keep indiscriminately taking from her. Oh my god, she's a activist. We love that for her. I came here to study the local flora. Several wild plants are getting rarer in the wild. While GED has certainly worsened the situation, they aren't the only ones at fault here. Wolf Hall Inn's current menu includes a plant, your Norwegian wild thyme, that's in decline in the wild, but it's relatively easy to grow if you know how to care for it. The seeds of the plant should have started to mature at this point, so I was thinking of collecting some to give to the inn while also giving them some feedback on how they can be more sustainable. You want to help? That's very kind of you, thanks. You can move about so much faster than I since you have a horse, so could I ask you to collect some seeds? Here's a reference sheet so you know what to look for. I heard that they grow in the forest nearby. Okay, so that is a good thing that we talked to this botanist tourist because now we have two things to do in Greendale. Okay, and now that we've passed through Greendale, now we need to go ahead and ask Mrs. Pike if she knows about any nice picnic spots. I bet she does. Well, we have a barbecue pit here and a nice area right next to our house where you can hold a picnic. We certainly wouldn't mind an increase in food traffic and company, especially if they may also hold an interest in fishing. Why does she have a fish in her hand? And why is it going through her body? That looks so weird. Star Stable, what's going on? There's also a nice area in the forest with a grand view if they rather have some privacy. I'm still very confused as to why there's a picnic area beside her house. Like, who would want someone to come into their backyard and start having a picnic there? That's kind of weird, but I guess this is Star Stable. Everything can happen. And then here is the barbecue place. I do want to clarify one thing for a second. Don't start holding barbecues in forests, okay? It's dangerous. This right over here that you're seeing is all pixels, but in real life, holding a barbecue in a forest is actually really dangerous. So please don't do this, okay? You can do it in Star Stable, just don't do it in real life. And this over here is the last Norwegian plant we need to grab some seeds from, and then that's one task completed. Oh, this plant isn't producing seeds yet. I had 4 plants, all with seeds after one another, and then this one doesn't have any? Are you serious? Well, there's one over here, so let's go ahead and try this one and see if we can complete the quest now. Yes, we did, finally. She literally doesn't even say hello, welcome back. She just says, let me take a look to make sure you collected the seeds from the right plant. You think I'm blind, girly? Anyways, she says, yep, that's the right ones. Your Norwegian wild thyme. Thank you for your hard work. So I should be ready to talk to the inn owner now. The operative word here is should. This guy seems a bit eccentric and intense. I don't know how to best approach him. You know him? Then could I ask you for another favor and talk to him to see if he'd be open to the idea of making his business and menu more sustainable? You're me, girly. You're me. She's got social anxiety too. Anyways, all jokes aside, let's now go ahead and talk to Ed, and we're going to talk about all these activities first. So he says, I had an excellent idea for a tourist activity that will surely cater to many guests at Wolf Hall Inn. Yes, by combining the interests of horses and ecotourism. The inn should cover the biggest interests of those wanting to visit Jorvik. I made a deal with the people at Goldspur Farm and asked them to set up a small beginner-friendly race nearby. However, I got some of their equipment sent here instead of directly to the person setting everything up. You have something that you wish to talk about for improving the inn? Yes, I do. Well, I need to finish the last of my thoughts before taking on any more mental tasks. So how about you deliver the equipment and try out the new race meanwhile? Oh, we got a new race! That is actually so cool. I love a new race over here at Wolf Hall Inn. It actually gives us something to do at Wolf Hall Inn because for years it's just been here. And there's a trailer, there's some shops, but you can't really do anything over here. Before we go ahead and deliver that equipment, I do need to grab a picnic basket very quickly to give to the family so they can go ahead and have their picnic up on the hill, which I suggested. So here you go, you get a picnic basket. Now you can go ahead and have a picnic up on that beautiful hill. And then now let's go ahead and grab that equipment and deliver it to Goldspur Farm and try out this new race, which I'm very, very excited about because we always love a new race. Okay, so apparently I have to put these poles down at the entryway to Greendale. I took the trailer all the way to Goldspur not knowing that I had to put them down over here. You really couldn't carry them that few meters? Come on, Molly. Anyways, now we do get to try out the beginner race setup in Greendale. So let's go ahead, click on yes, and take a look at what this race entails. Since it is a beginner's race, I don't think this race is going to be too difficult. It's probably just a pretty run through Greendale. Oh, there's actually a jump. And another one. Okay, this is cool. I'm loving this so far. It's really just following the main path, and it has some jumps in between, which is nice. We also get to jump over this log, which we love. I think beginners are really gonna love this. They really are. And you know, that is what this quest is meant to be. This quest is meant to be done very early on in the game, so this really is a beginner's race, and I can appreciate it. Now, I wonder if this is gonna be a permanent race, or if this is a race you do once and then you're basically done. You know, the quest is finished. So let's go ahead and take a look if we can actually redo this race and if this is going to be a permanent thing. Aw, I think this was a one-time thing. That's kind of sad. I wish this was a permanent race because, you know, extra XP is always nice for my racers out there, and I like the race, you know? Anyways, we're back at the Wolf Hall Inn, and Ed says, excellent, you're back in one piece. Now let's talk about how we can further attract visitors to the inn. One of the guests has some suggestions on improving my business from a sustainable point of view. I can't make any promises, but I'll hear them out. Send them my way. Oh my god, she's actually going to go up to him all alone. You go, queen, we support you, come on. Oh, hi Izabella, I look defeated. Ed told me that he gets all the food from his suppliers. I mean, of course he does. Chefs don't go out to pick things in the wild themselves. I feel so stupid. I'm so sorry I wasted your time collecting the seeds for me. I tend to get tunnel vision when I've thought of a solution to a problem. Not all is wasted, dear guest. I've now learned about the vulnerable state of a plant and will limit my purchasing of it. Just because it didn't work out the first time doesn't mean that the whole idea was wrong. Why not give the seeds and information to Mrs. Pike? Oh, that's an option. Izabella, could I ask you to ride out to deliver them? Truth is, I'm feeling a bit embarrassed and ought to take some time to think before I rush headfirst into my next problem to solve. Now, before we go, Molly does want to talk to us again, and she says, hi again, do you have time to try out the updated race? You updated it? Girl, you get to race again? Okay, I'm happy. Let's go ahead and race again. Now we start all the way back at Wolf Hall Inn, which I do think is a nice addition because this makes it easier for beginners to find the race. So yes, make it a permanent race starting from Wolf Hall Inn, please? Maybe? We have some rocks on the road and another cross-country jump. Don't tell me they're all cross-country jumps. Cause, okay, it fits the forest theme, but I do like the show jumping jumps. I'm sorry, they were very pretty. Okay, so Mrs. Pike has come to the decision that she does not want to grow the seeds, and now we have to go ahead and tell that botanist. This is gonna be a very awkward conversation, but anyways, we do get to race back, so let's go ahead and start this race and go back to the Wolf Hall Inn. And here we are back at the Wolf Hall Inn, and now we get to tell this girl the sad news that her plants probably won't be growing any faster. So let's go back to her. And, you know, Mrs. Pike did tell us to lie, but I'm not really sure if I want to lie to her because that's kind of wrong. You don't lie to people, right? She says, oh, I'm sad it didn't work out in the end with the seeds, but at least she now knows that the plant is endangered in the wild. Now I can relax and not feel so guilty about the menu at the cafe. Remember, you should celebrate the small victories too. Exactly! She's trying to stay positive. I love this little conversation that we're having. We made a good team, didn't we? We really did, girl. And then now we're gonna tell Anna that everything has been solved and she won't feel guilty about the menu anymore. And then this is the quest, I assume? Yes, it is, and we do get the Eco Athleisure saddle pad in green, and I have this one in blue, and it looks so good in green too, so yes, give me that saddle pad. I love it. Gimme, 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 gimme. As you can see, I have this one in blue, and now we have it in green. I want more colors. Star Stable, can we, you know, give us more colors because I love this saddle pad. And with that being said, that was everything for the brand new quest line at Wolf Hall Inn. I think it's definitely fun, and I think it's a good beginner quest. As like an older player, I didn't really see, you know, the value of this, but when you've just joined Star Stable, this is a fun quest to just play around with. And then the very last thing I need to mention is something very sad, but it has to happen because Star Stable needs to keep on updating, and that is that the generator Generation 2 quarter horses are retiring during the Wednesday update of August 17th, which is in a little over a month. For now, you can still find them at Ferdinand's Horse Market, so if you still want any of the Generation 2 quarter horses, please go ahead and get them. I still think they're so adorable, and they are in fact the first horses that Star Stable released which weren't the basic Jorvik Warmblood models from all the way back into 2015, I believe it was. So yeah, if you still want any of these iconic horses, you can still get them until August 17th. And with that being said, that was everything for today's update. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Also, if you would like to see more of my content, all you have to do is subscribe down below, as well as turn on those notifications to make sure you'll never miss out on anything I post. And last but not least, I do want to wish you a very happy rest of your week, and I'll see you again next week on Wednesday with a brand new update video. Bye guys!